And probably pay WWE to actually have some better writers.
Oh my god, isn't that all our dreams right now?
Please do.
That'd be nice.
That's all we want. The booking is, I mean, that's all we want right now. You have the most diverse roster in the world, but yet your booking is still shit. And the writing is just god awful.
Can we just have Vince McMahon just disappear? And just I know that sounds horrible, but it's like, am I wrong here?
As long as it's legal.
True.
Dude, it can be.
I think evil things, but even I ain't that malicious. But it's just the stuff that Vince makes us watch. It's just like it's eye bleeding.
I mean,
Yeah.
particularly when he split up American Alpha. I'm like, what is wrong with this?
Yeah, that was my favorite tag team from NXT, and you split them up.
Yeah, for a stupid reason, so that Kurt Angle can have a son. It's like, okay, why?
I was looking at that segment on Raw a couple of months back, and I'm reminded of the clip from the Spider-Man game from '99 where he goes, "Are you out of your mind? Don't answer that." Because I'm sorry, I mean, it's why I call him Wacky Macky, because the man just doesn't have a clue anymore.
Gotta remember, this is the same guy who kept referencing himself as Snoopy's Joe Cool and going on about his grapefruits. Spoiler alert, they're not grapefruits, they're shriveled little raisins. You're welcome!
Oh.
No, I don't even think you're the raisins.
Oh, do tell, do tell. I have a feeling this little segment's going to be called Wyn and Lydia Trigger MJ.
And while Raiden is speechless.
You're lucky. You're lucky I find you adorable, sweetheart. Oh, funny thing you bring up Vince being out of touch. Random link showed up on my YouTube feed. It was the night after Backlash 2007 where Vince had won the ECW title, and Vince is coming in with the black do-rag on his head saying, and it's like he's going to say, "What's up, my brother? The champ is here." I don't like how
that was
Pokemon Go to the Polls before Pokemon Go to the Polls was a thing.
Cena just sort of looks to the camera, breaking the fourth wall, like, "Yes, I know this is stupid," and he goes, "I served Bobby Lashley, served him up good." It's like, what? And it's like, and it goes, "Unless ECW stands for extremely crazy white guy, all I'm seeing is a stooge and a do-rag." And you get Shawn Michaels walk in, still pissed with Cena, looks to Vince first time, doesn't react, looks a second time, he's thinking, "What the fuck are you on, boy?" Because, I mean, also, a little bit of hypocrisy on Wacky Macky's part. Now, Hogan gets fired for racial remarks in said tape we will not mention again. And yet, at Survivor Series 2006, Cena is backstage and Vince is coming in saying, it goes, "What's up, homeboy? What's good in the hood?" And I'm like, okay. Then says, "What's up, my N-word?"
Wait, that was Survivor Series 05.
No, I say 06 because Booker wasn't King Booker until 06, and he actually came in his King Booker gimmick.
I remember that. Cena just looked at him like, "What the fuck, dude?"
And nobody says anything to Vince, yet Hogan gets fired for racial remarks, and nobody calls Vince out. I'm like, pardon?
Hypocrisy. Can you speak it?
Yep.
To Vince.
Or another one. I think this was. Probably Raw, late 2006 or early 2007, because Shelton Benjamin was going on a moaning fit. And there's him and Coachman backstage, and he's just moaning. Jeff Hardy just comes in and says, "What's up, my N-words?" And I'm like, how the hell did you get away with that? Because that's like, Jeff, you're a face. You don't go saying that.
That's kind of damning.
I mean, if he comes...
I was going to say, it's obviously not a malicious intent, but it's still a stupid thing to do.
I mean, if he had come in and said, "What's up, my players," which is cringy enough in its own right, but it's not being racial, per se. But to come in and say that, it's just like, no. Just no. There's a reason why they say you don't say that. But too many people... I mean, to be fair, it's not Jeff as Jeff saying, it's what the writers were feeding him. It's just like, why'd you make him say that? I don't get it. Anyone?
I got nothing.
No.
I personally am speechless and haven't the bloodiest on what the hell's going on with the writers these days.
Nope.
They're smoking a lot of weed. There's a lot of drugs involved.
Oh, yeah. Another little bit of hypocrisy. I'm glad you brought that up. RVD gets stopped by the cops in summer of 2006, whilst he's both WWE and ECW champion, is stripped of the title, not only of the W Championship, which is given to Edge on an episode of Raw, which brought the title back to Raw, then he loses the ECW title to the Big Show. 2013, Jack Swagger is stopped with a trunk full of weed in his car, is the #1 contender to Alberto Del Rio's World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania 29. Not a single thing was done, and yet Bruno Sammartino agreed to go into the Hall of Fame because of the fact WWE was going to clean up their act. Not a single thing is done. Hypocrisy? I think so.
Can you speak it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it was probably more than likely because Jack Swagger looks more like a Vince guy than RVD does.
Yep. Man, let's be honest. RVD came from ECW, and you know how Vince feels like when it comes to competition. Makes him look like shit. I mean, look at Goldberg. Yeah, he got a good successful run, but half the time he was just watered down. And not to mention that theme he had was not good.
No. Never really found out why he was taken off of the roster for a full month, because Bischoff says he's deactivated for the main roster. I mean, I don't know what that's code for, or what he did backstage. I mean, I don't know. But apparently the turning point of why he walked out was when he saw Rosie's t-shirt that said "Superhero in Training," which I thought, oh, ooh, not good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they really didn't handle that character with the respect that he could have had. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was nice idea for Hurricane to have a tag team partner on Raw after not having Kane for a few years. But I don't know. Then he gets rebranded as Umaga. And to be fair, he actually did win a few things as Umaga, but that was another one that his life was cut too short.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Hmm. Um, let's see what else. Who's been messed about by Vince, and that list is a bit endless. Oh yeah, the way that Mickey James was punished because apparently, she criticized Cena for the way they treated their relationship backstage, and she was punished with the Mickey James angle. I'm like, classy. I mean, Lay Cool looked like jerks for doing it, which I know is the point because they're heels, but they have to disrespect Mickey James just because she spoke her mind. I don't know. There are times I feel tempted to walk away. Hmm? Yeah.
That was cringy as fuck.
And there's also the dialogue that they wrote for Lay Cool saying, oh, Mickey's fat. It's like, no, Mickey's gorgeous. She even pointed out to them in a promo, like, oh, just thought I'd like to let you two know this is what a real woman looks like. And I don't know, I feel like whenever they want to demean a face wrestler by saying, oh, you're old or you're fat, it's just like, really? Like, you gotta play that card.
Which is funny because they're doing the same thing now with her feud with Alexa Bliss.
I know.
Mickey James is old. I'm like, and she can probably get circles around you, honey. This is fine. It's a good performer, but she's not Mickey James.
Trouble is, Mickey James just represents a generation of wrestlers. I mean, there are wrestlers in this generation that do the division justice. Asuka being one of them.
Love that woman.
Charlotte's another one. Bailey's another one. And here's a funny thing, and I'm sure I'm not alone on this. They want to push the message of the female superstars as talented, thoroughbred athletes that should just be known for their competition and putting on great matches. Totally for that. Why is it there are a few female superstars where they're still made to dress up like porn stars? Can anyone explain that?
Wacky Macky.
I was about to say the same thing, because it's nice to have variety. If you want to kind of dress in like a battle wrestling bikini, more power to you. But at the same time, it is kind of nice to see a variety in costumes, which was another big reason I liked Lita when I watched a lot of wrestling as a teenager. Not just because her wrestling is phenomenal, but I loved the fact that she kind of rocked the baggy cargo pants, ninja net shirt, and camisole under.
I would have imagined that type of gear would give her a lot more flexibility because it's not too binding and it's very loose.
And at the same time, some of Stratus's stuff, while she may have been known for being a very visually appealing lady, she had some pretty sophisticated wrestling outfits too, primarily pants outfits.
Right.
Especially when she was going through her heel phase during the end of her career, especially except for the low cut top she wore in promos,
Hmm.
she dressed like in a way like a Wyn constrictor.
She had been offered a couple of times by Playboy to do nude pictorials, and she said each time, I'm flattered, but I want to be remembered for what I do in the ring. Which I respect that. Because to be fair, and I say this just calling this down the middle, if she had done Playboy, and that's a big if, it's more than likely she would have outsold Sable and Tori's issues combined. More than likely. But, she wanted to be remembered as a wrestler and not eye candy. More power to her. To be fair to China, she didn't have to do her Playboy pictorial. Funny thing, initially, she didn't want to do it, and I'll explain why. It has actually been confirmed by a former WWE writer. In the fall of '99, she was going to be WWF champion. Imagine what that would have done for not only her career, but also women's careers. It's like, wait a minute, this girl became the male world champion. Imagine what that could do for us. Mind you, the only other female that has ever been #1 contender, and it's one of our favorite female wrestling personalities, Stephanie McMahon. That was the match on Raw where it was a triple threat match between Triple H, Jericho, and Stephanie McMahon, and the stipulation was if Stephanie ate the pin, she would be gone from WWE, which she did. She ate one heck of a spine buster, and Triple H knows how to do those with the best of them. And she was gone and carried out, and when, if you recall, it was nails on the chalkboard, Stephanie McMahon.
You mean screaming?
The kind of, yeah, it was the screechy voice that made her on par with Rita Repulsa.
That one, yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, that's a mental picture.
Sorry.
Although